Hello, hello. This is Sou-lasian God of Fate. I want to talk about the New York Comic Con and some random thoughts I have. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video of me discussing, but it may contain small spoilers. All right, at the New York Comic Con, I noticed the I really liked it because the voice actors are really good. You know, I like their personality. Cloud seemed like Cloud. Barrett, you know, had the energy of Barrett. You know, the ones that surprised me the most were Tifa and Red 13 voice actor. Tifa voice actor sound like herself, but it seemed like they have totally different personalities. Tifa is a down to earth type of person. Um, Girl next door type of person, but Tifa voice actor seems like she's more conservative, proper type of person. So that took me for a loop a little bit. Um, Red's voice actor doesn't seem like Red at all. You know, if you said, "Oh yeah, that's Red voice actor," I wouldn't have believed it that he is because he's totally actor, and I think they all do great jobs, great acting skills. But I think Red voice actor really is 100% acting because he's nothing like what he is. Um, and Yuffie voice actor is cool too. For some reason, she had an exception with even voice sessions or something. I don't know. I don't know why she kept bringing that up, but but she seemed to be really good with that. Um, Vincent Valentine was a reveal at Matt Mercer, which is cool. It's cool that he was doing it. It was rumors of that, so we kind of already knew anyway. Many people was upset about Vincent Valentine being not playable in Rebirth. As you can remember from the OG, when you do Vincent Valentine's Limit Break, it's AI control as well. So it's a little upsetting, but it's only halfway upsetting because half the time you couldn't fully control him anyway when you really do his limit breaks. And that begs the questions: do you consider him a vampire or a rare monster? Because he really turns into all kinds of monsters, you know. So what do you consider him as that? And I predicted that he wouldn't be playable in Rebirth because of marketing reasons, but also if you're gonna do Vincent, you gotta do him right. You want his combat to be top notch. I'm talking about like he's a Turk, but he has all this superhuman strength and power added onto him. So you want him to be like the Matrix, you know. You want him to be like Devil May Cry. You want him to be, you know, all that. You want it to be the best of best combat with Vincent. So I want them to get it right in the third part. So hopefully they do that. The other thing from Comic Con that sort of was new information, but not really. It wasn't really new information. Is that Cloud voice actor said that in Rebirth, Cloud will be going through some type of transformation to something else. Now, the obvious thing would be he's transforming into a Sephiroth copy. Of course, that would make sense. The big spoiler thing would be if he's transforming into Sephiroth himself, or Genova. Then that would really be a big story or leak or reveal. However, I think these voice actors has NDAs, so they can't disclose stuff like that. So most likely, it's something not story driven. It's something like he transferring into a toad, or he's transforming into Moogle or something like that, or whatever. Speaking of lovable characters, the Chocobo, is very cool that the Chocobo is walking up walls and flying, but another fun thing that the Chocobo doing is digging up stuff. So I think that that's very interesting because if you remember in the OG, a place where you have to dig, and that's the Bone Village. I can't remember what you dig up there, but I believe it was two key items, two different types of key items you could dig up there. So what would it be fun if that's a location that you can bring your Chocobo into and start digging up those key items you need to find, if key items is the thing in Rebirth again. So that's that. From the New York Comic Con, we didn't get a new trailer. So what that means is that we most likely going to get a trailer somewhere around the Game Awards, and then another trailer like a month before the launch of the game. The trailer around the Game Awards will be called a story trailer. That's what I'm doubling it as. We had our teaser trailer, we had our reveal trailer, we have our release date trailer. So next we should have a story trailer, and then finally we'll have a launch trailer. For the story trailer and the launch trailer, if you don't want to be spoiled, do not watch it. I know that's pretty much impossible for almost 3 months not watching or getting information about the story trailer. But if you don't want to get spoiled, don't. The one person that's watching this video, don't watch the trailer if you don't want to be spoiled. Of course, I'll be watching. I don't care because we played a whole game of Remake and people still confused about what's going on, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so it people still don't know what the story is. So for me, I'm not worried about that. The next topic I want to talk about is the Hooded Man. The Hooded Man, many people believe that is Glenn from First Soldier Ever Crisis, and in one of the podcasts they hidden at it could be maybe somebody like that. If it is somebody from Ever Crisis or First Soldier, I think it is whoever the main enemy of First Soldier is, whoever to be the main enemy is. So whether that's the leader or somebody connected to the leader or the last surviving person of the enemies, I don't know, but I believe it's somebody connected to whoever the enemy is on First Soldier. Um, the hooded guy from the parade also could be a relative of Rufus, maybe. Could be a relative of Rufus, maybe one of his siblings. It could be an older sibling. It could be a younger sibling. Because like the president did get down. So he had children all over the place. So um, maybe it could be one of Rufus's siblings. Other than that, I believe it's somebody from before Crisis. Maybe even the main character before Crisis, because that's the only person that we really don't see. We see them showing elements from all over, even the books, over the compilation, but we're not seeing anybody mainly from before Crisis yet. So, and he's the main character, so why not show him in a big way? So I'm thinking it's the character from before Crisis is the hooded guy. That's my best guess. Um, that's it on the hooded guy. Now let's talk about new characters that is in remake. Um, Everybody up in arms about Chadley, and I agree Chadley is weird, but I'm usually good at predicting stuff, but I can't predict what they're going to do with Chadley. Chadley is a mystery to me, totally. But I do think he's weird, and I think something going on with him. But the other two characters that keep popping up in the main way in remake is Roche and Marco. We'll start with Roche. Roche, a lot of people believe is the infantryman that got lost in Nibelheim on the mountains. However, I'm a person that like to go from not only being smart but being logical. So, uh, logic. I mean, not only being smart but being intelligent. That would be a smart answer, but intelligence says that if Cloud was an infantryman because he couldn't become a soldier, wouldn't other infantrymen's be infantrymen because they couldn't become a soldier as well? Now, I don't know why Cloud exactly couldn't become a soldier. I think I heard somebody say it because he couldn't pass the physical requirements, but throwing somebody across the room, throwing Sephiroth across the room, I beg to differ. He meets the physical requirements, so maybe it's because mentally he wouldn't survive. His mind would degrade if he went through it. So maybe if that is the infantryman, maybe they went along with the experiment anyway, and his mind degraded because he really wasn't a fit to be a soldier. So if that is him, then that's the thing. But what I really think is that Roche is directly connected to Cloud or Zack. I'm thinking that he could be a altered clone or altered somebody who's been altered, whether that's Zack, whether that's Cloud. Maybe I don't know, but I believe that he's something directly created to Cloud or Zack. So that's my thoughts on Roche. The next is Marco. Marco, to me, is a Sephiroth clone, but this keep coming up, keep being shown in a forefront. So with him, I believe either he's the Cloud's father we all been looking for. He maybe was the first one of the first experimented on with Sephiroth's genes, and that's who Marco is. The other guess would be Marco is Genova. We already seen in remake that Genova replaced herself. One of the clones was able to transfer into Genova. One of the Sephiroth copies was able to transform into Genova. So maybe Genova wasn't the one in the Shimmer bin. Maybe she was Marco all along, and she had her Sephiroth's copy in her place in the Shimmer building or whatever. So that's what I believe that with Marco, what could be going on with Marco. Now, I want to go on a little rant about the timeline theorists, the ones who believe in the timeline theorists. This is not for the people who just started with remake, because you have all the right to believe in the timeline if you want to. You don't have any other understanding of the Final Fantasy VII lore to think anything different. So I don't blame you guys for that. But the ones who claim to be Final Fantasy VII OG people, I have a I have a little rant with you guys for the ones that believe in that, the timeline theories. Um, I'm a person that's go from being talking about being smart and talking about being intelligent. Uh, I know what you're saying; those sound like the same thing, but for me, they're two different things. Smart comes from the right side of your brain, memory, facts, all that good stuff. Um, Intelligence comes from the left side of your brain, creative thought, human logic, as if you will. Um, Things that that seem make sense on a human side of things, not necessarily going from fact, but going for fact that a human would do. A human kind of thinking. You know. So let me give you an example of that outside of Final Fantasy Rebirth, um, for you to understand what I mean, the difference of the two. For example, if I ask you what color the sky is, if you're a smart person, because you see it in books, you see it, you educate it, you see it in books, you see it, this is what most people would say, this is the smart answer. What color is the sky? You would say is blue in the day and black at night. And like I said, nobody will argue against that the same way nobody will argue against timelines, because you see, hey, it's two different worlds. It look like it's it happening two different times. It look like it's a timeline. Nobody will argue against you saying, hey, it's what color the sky is black and is blue. Let me give you that. Let me ask that same question as an intelligent person. As an intelligent person, you ask what color the sky, and then as an intelligent person, the answer would be the sky doesn't have a color, and then you'll say, what do you mean by that? Yes, it does, and then the intelligent person will tell you the sky doesn't have a color because the color of the sky change depending on where the sun is in the sky. So it can be blue, it could be green, it could be red, orange, any color under the rainbow. It can be a lyriate rainbow in the sky, depending on where the sun, if the sun's setting or whatever. The color of the sky change, so the sky does not have a color. The sun is the one that changes the color. So the question is, who's right and who's wrong? The answer is we're both right. But the problem with being smart is that you ignoring all the other facts that goes with. You say the blue and the black, and that's what book says. That's what everything says. Someone who's smart, that's what you would say. But you ignoring that the sky also turns red or whatever, green or whatever, depending where if the sun's setting or rising, or what have you. So that's what I feel that the people with the timeline theory is doing. They're ignoring. They're not following their thought through. They're going with the very basic smart foundation line of thinking, but they're not following these thoughts through. So let me get into what I mean by that. I'm open-minded, so I could go with the timeline theory. The timeline theories for Remake thought that Sephiroth's goal was to split the time, and in this case split it into two, so he can make one timeline where he's winning basically. He can do what he wants. He's winning. He's not locked up. His destiny is not locked up. He could do what he wants, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Rebirth came out and Rebirth information came out. Now those same timeline theories are saying, oh, Sephiroth's goal is to merge the timelines into one, to take the two timelines and turn them into one. Now, if you're going by smart kind of thinking, you're not noticing anything. Okay. Oh yes, he split the timelines to get what he want, and now to get what he want in Rebirth, he merging the timelines into one. But if you're an intelligent person, then that doesn't make sense. What sense does that make? If his goal was to split the timeline, got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. Why would he be merging them back into one? It's like he's going back to where he started, the beginning. So it doesn't make sense. So that's one thing that doesn't make sense about the timeline theories or whatever. But this is what the timeline theories are following. The second thing is, in order for this to be a timeline theory, you assuming that Sephiroth went back in time. So the question is, like I said, on the intelligent side, the human side, the logical human side, is if he going to go back in time, why didn't he go back in time when he was alive? Why is all this happening in the remake time? The Midgard time. Why is it not happening back when he alive? If he could go back in time, so that's the human logical side, that intelligent side that you have to ask yourself, and that's the reason I don't roll with the timeline theory, because I can't help. Yes, I see the smart side of it, but I can't ignore the intelligent side as well. And to me, people who believe FUOG fans, if you believe in the timeline theory, especially because it wasn't any timelines in the main compilation of games and movies, to me, those are just three reasons why I shouldn't believe in the timeline theory. But that's my rant for that, and that's the end of that. But those were my random thoughts I had. I just wanted to put them down just for myself, and maybe the one person that watches the video. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.